to stop. We are not in those people who decide to do otherwise. Ours as a parliament is to stick to what the Constitution has provided for us. And I want to say very clearly that perhaps the framers of our Constitution are not unmindful of the fact that scenarios like this could occur. That is why they provided some clauses in the Constitution to enable us deal with these issues when and if they occurred. Now that we have one such case, we are a fact-finding ad hoc committee, and we are trying to decipher through the facts to know what exactly happened. We have just concluded the second leg of our interaction with all the actors in this crisis, and because we have not synthesized what we have had, we have to sit down again as a committee, put all the facts side by side. I will not be able to make any further comment because that will be preempting what perhaps might come out of our work as a committee. Since we have not deliberated, I will want to seek your indulgence to please not push me into making any comment on that issue. But then I want to assure you that the Senate is concerned about these developments. We are in a democracy, and like we all know, democracy is a game of number. At all times, those who are in majority will always have their way, just like we say, those in minority will have their say. That is the beauty of democracy, and the Senate is determined to ensure that we do justice to this subject matter, not because of anything, but because we must save democracy from being abused, from being defined by different actors anyhow they so wish. And I think the issue at hand is one that we really want to look at, so that the provisions of the Constitution will be looked at critically, and how these things happen will also be examined very critically, with a view to coming up with recommendations or even resolutions that will help to guide future actions as they happen. It is not going to be a work that we want to start looking at who is right and wrong. All we want to do is to bring out what should be, because democracy said it should be so. I think that is what is important to this committee. You are trying to excuse me, please. You see, sometimes when you give a question that becomes very dangerous, it's bad for democracy. We are here doing our job. They are at the other side. It's a bicameral, parliament we are having. They've done their job. Do we look like House of Rep? This is the Senate. And because it is the Senate, we have to respect whatever it is the other chamber is doing. That's their own. Allow us to do our own, and at the end of the day, whatever we come out with, then you can begin to see whether we are working at cross purpose or not. But by bringing this kind of question, if at the end of the day, we don't do what they have done, how do you tag that? If we have done what they have done, how do you tag that? That's why I say your question is dangerous. Leave us when we finish our assignment and we lay our report. You will know if there is proclamation or not. So please. This matter is democracy in action, and we are looking at it. And when we lay our report, you will get to hear our facts.
Have you met the national chairman, sir, of your party in this committee?
Well, we'll be meeting him because.
When, sir?
No, we can't tell you now.
Thank you, sir. The options are also that the National Assembly has a constitutional responsibility to do what they are doing. So I think I want to end it there.
Honorable, just one. Are you impressed with the process the Senate is taking?
Oh yes, we are very impressed. We are very impressed. It's the process of resolving the crisis in Edo. We have confidence in the National Assembly that they will do not just the needful, but what is constitutionally stipulated.